Hi everyone, so what we're going to do today is we are going to learn how to use ParentSquare to be able to create our parent-teacher conferences for signing up for this year. So in the past we did some slightly different, but now that we have a great system in place for you to be able to do this, we are going to dive in and use ParentSquare to create this and how to send it out. This video might be a little bit longer, but I promise I'm going to try to go through the steps so it's very clear and we have supportive materials for you. So let's get started. I am impersonating Barbara Pador. Thank you, Barb, for letting me use your account to model this. Now we're diving in. So once we're into ParentSquare, instead of pressing the new post, you're going to click on the little drop down arrow and you're going to see appointment sign up. So we're going to click on that. All right, here you're going to select your date, or dates, but we're only doing one date. So I am going to go to November 24th. That is the date of parent-teacher conferences this year. And then I believe in middle school, so I believe it's 1 p.m., not a.m., and I believe it goes to 8 o'clock p.m. as well. So let's just drop that in there as well. 8 p.m. Oh, that is wrong. 8. You've been pressing 9. What's wrong with me today? All right, beautiful. Awesome. I can type. That's great. So now we have that. Now we're going to go to here and appointment duration. I believe the middle school in past years has always been 10-minute increments because of the amount of students that they see, so I'm going to put it in 10 minutes. But for other schools, it might be 15 or different. So we'll follow up with those communications later. Break between appointments, so instead of it being back-to-back, you can give yourself a little bit of a buffer in between each one. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to drop a 2-minute break in between. You can always do whatever you need to do. These last 3 areas are important to look at. So required student information is probably really important to use when it comes to ParentSquare for parent-teacher conferences because it will show your drop-down list of kids that are part of your class, and we'll get to that in a second. One limits one appointment across all time slots, probably a good idea as well because then you don't have a parent that's copying a bunch of that are there. So let's do that. And hide names, that's only if you don't want parents to see who's on the list. So you can hide the names and it won't show the names of the students that are on there. For right now, I'm going to leave it open just for the sake of that, so you can see your schedule. So I'm going to press next. Okay, so here's what this is what a parent would see. So it'd say appointment time slot. So maybe I might want to change it to, parent-teacher conference signups. Available slots per slot, so like if you wanted multiple for each one, you can, so you could actually change that to as many as possible, but standard practice has been 1, so that's good. The good thing to know about is that you can actually delete some of the time slots you do not want. So for your lunch, if it's like a dinner or a break or whatever the case may be, you can automatically block that out instead of typing in your name, which you used to do in the past. So I can just take out a few slots and now those are not available. Awesome. So that's there. And if I scroll down to the bottom, that shows all of my slots that are there. So that is wonderful. So I'm going to press next. All right. So this is where it's probably the most important part is your 2. So I am modeling as an educator. So instead of me creating a group, it actually will have all of my classes and things that are here. So it depends on how you typically do it. So I could just add all of, oops, my bad. I could add all of my periods into here. Okay, so that's 6, and last one. Cool. And that will automatically combine all of my kids and parents right into one spot instead of doing it individually, which might be kind of difficult. When you see staff and parents, sometimes we do it. The only difference is that we do have some parents that are staff, so you could leave that open. It's not going to send out to all staff. It just means if they have that account. It's fine. So here are subjects. So what I would recommend is using something that's going to be very helpful for you to type this stuff in so it makes sense on how you're communicating to our families. So, something really simple with this might be helpful to give your families direction. So I had some scripts I wrote really quick, so I'm just going to get rid of this. I know I can't make it as nice as I want to. I can't make the background a cool looking color. It's just very simple, but it is what it is. So here I just explain to our families, it's on this date. You're going to select one time slot. I want you to do a short note in the section that allows me to know that it's going to be in person or virtual, because what you're going to see in a video I'll show in a moment is that from a parent's perspective of what they see and what they do. So this will allow you to see if the parent is signed up, also which one they prefer. And we'll talk about the next steps on how you want to be able to communicate a Google Meet with them. All right, so here, I'm not going to write with the AI because I already had this already set up. It's automatically going to translate, but if you want to edit the translation, you can, because it does communicate and translate to our family, so that's great. And then it has my appointment signups, and it has everything set for here. So this is what's going to be sent out. So I'm actually going to preview it. I'm not going to send it because I don't want to upset any families of getting in too early, because it's not our Fedora, it's me. So I'm going to hit preview just to show you what it looks like. All right, so this is what a parent would typically see. They'll see sign up for parent-teacher conferences. It's going to be the name of the person whom it's going to. This is the information that's being shared. This is how it looks to a parent. And then what they do is they just locate and they just sign up, and automatically will take one field. It'll be the open will be one field, and then it'll still exist, but it'll be there as well. It will also show all the people who have signed up that's on the list. Additionally, you might have an issue where you might need a family that is difficult of signing into ParentSquare, because you will need a ParentSquare account to do this. So if that is a difficulty for any families or whatever, you as an educator can go to add someone yourself. So you can click on add someone yourself, and you can select any one of the students that are already on your list instead of typing in any optional note. So you can do that to make an olive branch for some of our families that might have difficulty doing this, but that is the case. And then you could always, if you wanted to pre-do this ahead of time, you could always schedule it, or you could post it when needed. So the buildings or principals are going to share with you when this needs to happen. You could also send a test with everything as well. But I wanted to kind of go over this step by step on how this looks like on creating your conference sign up. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll probably create a video for those virtual ones, because it's not going to be going through a Google Calendar. I probably will have to figure out a couple of options I want to share with you that allows you to know if it's a virtual person, what am I going to do to get them a virtual link. And we'll talk about that later, but this is a great start on how to go into ParentSquare and create a conference forum. You can always go back to it. You can see your list that's there. You can communicate with families the entire time. So it's a good start point. And then let's see what it looks like from a parent perspective as well. So we'll click on that and see. All right, so this is a parent perspective. So after they create their parent-teacher conferences, they'll go to the post, they'll click the sign up button, they'll see the long list of all of the appointment slots. Once they select the button that they choose, it's going to show the name of the student and the area for that short note where they'll write down if they want it to be in person or virtual. Once this has happened, they'll submit it, and on your screen as well as theirs, it will show the list of, it'll show their appointment, who is attending, and if it's going to be in person or in virtual. So this is very easy for an educator to go ahead and see everybody that is on their list and what's their preference. You remember in the previous video we talked about of it being anonymous, or not anonymous, but not being able to show names. I left that open, so what parents would see if you left that open, they'll see the names of every student and who's signed up. If you did check that box, it will not show it to our families that it's there, but you will see it. So that's probably the best option, but I want you to see this ahead of time. In a different video, I'm going to show you what you should do probably to do those virtual meetings, because it's a little bit different than the previous years, but we're going to navigate how to do that through ParentSquare. So this will get us started with parent-teacher conferences sign up with ParentSquare.